Hello, let us see the digestion of fats. Most of the fats of the diet are actually triglycerides. Triglycerides, are composed of a glycerol molecule which is esterified with three fatty acid side chains. Three fatty acid side chains. For example, in this figure, you can see this is a tristerin. This is a triglyceride. Tri means how many? Three. This is a glycerol unit. To the glycerol is attached a stearic acid, CH3, CH2 16 times COOH. So stearic acid is an 18 carbon fatty acid. Stearic acid 1, stearic acid 2, stearic acid 3. So tristerin. This is a triglyceride, a normal triglyceride in our diet. It is hydrolyzed by lipase molecule by adding two molecules of water. Why two molecules of water? One water molecule is used to hydrolyze one stearic acid, while the second water molecule is used to hydrolyze the second stearic acid. So what we get here are two molecules of stearic acid as the product, and there is a monoglyceride. This is a glycerol molecule with one stearic acid attached with it, and we call it 2-monoglyceride. Why? Because the stearic acid is attached with the carbon number 2 of the glycerol. That's why we call it 2-monoglyceride. So this is how digestion of a triglyceride takes place. And the diet also contains cholesterol and a cholesterol ester. We will come to this cholesterol and cholesterol ester later. Now, how they are digested, these lipids? Actually, there is a very small amount of lipid digestion in the stomach. How? This lingual lipase. Lingual lipase is produced by the lingual glands in the mouth, and it is swallowed along with the saliva. In the stomach, it is acting upon the lipid, but you see here, it is the digestion of lipids in the stomach is only less than 10%, and that's not that much important. I mean, it's not big in magnitude. And then comes the role of bile acids and lecithin. In another video, we have seen that bile is containing bile acids and bile salt. Before being digested, the large fat globules are to be broken down into very small sizes. This is called emulsification. This emulsification is beginning with agitation in the stomach. Let us see another picture. This is an emulsion, I mean a fat droplet. It is acted upon by gastric lipase, where in the stomach. This violet colored molecule is the gastric lipase. A few are attached, and this is a product of the digestion. This is the same product. These two are the same product. This is another product. What does this mean? This blue headed ones is the fatty acid, and this thing with two tails and a head is the 2,3-diacyl glycerol, which means a triglyceride from which only one fatty acid is removed. So this is a free fatty acid, and this is a diacyl glycerol, which means from a triglyceride one fatty acid is removed and the remaining diacyl glycerol is there. And this digestion is very little because we already found that digestion of fat in the stomach is less than 10%. And along with that, by means of agitation in the stomach, etc., the large fat droplets are broken down into smaller ones. You know that as the size decreases, surface area increases tremendously. As the size decreases, surface area increases tremendously. Actually, by what magnitude? We can see it in this text. Upon breaking down by means of agitation in the small intestine, total surface area of the fat increases many times, almost thousandfold. And when the surface area increases, the enzyme, lipase enzyme, pancreatic lipase enzyme is able to act upon it effectively. You know why? Because this lipase enzyme is water soluble, and this water soluble enzyme can act only on the surface of the lipid droplet. So if more of the droplets are formed, which means more of the lipase enzymes are able to act upon these lipids, leading to their digestion. Actually, you know, the lipase enzyme is so much effective that within 1 minute all the lipid droplets reaching it can be digested completely. How is it possible? Because all the larger molecules are initially broken down into smaller molecules. That many smaller molecule means many surfaces. Many surfaces means many lipase enzymes can act at the same time. You see, pancreatic lipase binds to the fat droplet in the duodenum. You know, duodenum is the first part of the small intestine. And here you can see these green ones are the pancreatic lipase. This is another one, colipase. And accordingly, more of the free fatty acids are produced. More of the free fatty acids are produced. Again, here diacyl glycerols are there, and they are further broken down to release monoacyl glycerol. This single tailed one is the monoacyl glycerol. Let us see. Yes, monoacyl glycerol. They are the final products of digestion. So fatty acids and monoacyl glycerols thereafter diffuse into the micelles. You know why? Because digestion of triglyceride to release fatty acid and monoacyl glycerol is an easily reversible process. So if the products are happen to mix together again, what will happen, you know, the triglyceride will be formed spontaneously. Therefore, they should be removed from there immediately. They should be removed from there immediately. See here, hydrolysis of triglyceride is highly reversible. If the products of digestion are accumulated there in the vicinity of the digesting fats, quickly, you know, these products will react in the reverse direction to form the undigested lipid again. So quickly the products of digestion should be removed from there. That is made possible by the activity of bile salts. How bile salts are forming the micelles. These micelles also are actually removing the monoglycerides and fatty acids. The micelles are removing the monoglycerides and the free fatty acids from the vicinity of the digesting fat globules as quickly as they are formed. And these bile salts are actually forming the micelles, and the micelles have one more function. We will come to that later. Let us come to the figure once again. So look here, the products of digestion, the fatty acid and the monoacylglycerol along with the bile salt. You see the dark colored one is the bile salt. Along with the bile salt, they form the micelles, and this micelle is actually transporting the products of digestion into the brush border for absorption. Micelles diffuse to brush border. This is the brush border, the innermost layer of the intestinal wall, and there you see the fatty acids and also the monoglycerides are diffusing into the microvilli, into that cells which are lining the lumen of the microvilli. That is how it is taking place. Coming back, You see here, fat is acted upon by bile and by agitation becomes emulsified fat, and emulsified fat is, which means fats broken down into very small molecules or globules. This emulsified fat is acted upon by lipase to form fatty acids and monoglycerides. And we found all those things. There is one more lipase. There is an enteric lipase produced from the enterocytes of the small intestine, and it is actually an additional plan by the nature. For example, if any lipid is escaping the action of pancreatic lipase, it should be acted upon by enteric lipase. And what are the end products of digestion? You have seen that they are the monoglycerides and the free fatty acids. And micelles are actually cylindrical globules, 3 to 6 nanometers, and each of them contain 20 to 40 molecules of bile salt. And this bile salt consists of a sterol nucleus that is highly hydrophobic and fat soluble, and there is a polar group that is highly water soluble. Let us see another picture. Here there is the fat globule. This is the bile salt. Bile salt consists of this yellow region, which is given an yellow color for our understanding only. It is hydrophobic in nature. And there is the hydrophilic side, this green colored side. It is that also is for our understanding only. You see how the emulsion is produced, the emulsified droplet is produced. This fat globule is hydrophobic in nature, insoluble in water. So with the hydrophobic fat soluble, the hydrophobic region of the bile salt is interacting. You see, the hydrophobic region of the bile salt is interacting with the hydrophobic fat globule, so that towards the outer surface we have the hydrophilic side. So now this fat globule is coated with a second layer which has a hydrophilic region, making it almost soluble in the fluid of the alimentary canal. This is another picture. Here this hexagonal one is the lipid soluble portion of the bile salt. This is the water soluble portion of the bile salt. You see here how the bile salts are organized. This inner core is the hydrophobic core. You see here hydrophobic core, this yellow in color. To the hydrophobic lipid globule is the lipid soluble portion of the bile salt attached, while this is the lecithin. Lecithin is a phospholipid. It has a hydrophilic head region, water soluble, and two hydrophobic tails are the hydrocarbon tails are there, liposoluble in fraction in nature, and you see how they are attached. Here the water soluble portion is towards the outer side, while the water insoluble hydrophobic portion is towards the inside. This is how a micelle is formed. So once the micelle is formed, they can easily trap that products of digestion, and they are acting as these micelles are acting as a transport medium to ferry the products, monoglycerides and free fatty acids, into the brush border of the intestinal epithelial cells. And what about cholesterol and other lipid molecules? Actually, the cholesterol in our diet is in the form of cholesterol ester. What does it mean, cholesterol ester? Cholesterol combined with a fatty acid. And that cholesterol ester is acted upon by cholesterol ester hydrolase. Cholesterol ester is acted upon by cholesterol ester hydrolase produced in the pancreatic secretion. It is there in the pancreatic secretion. It is separating cholesterol ester into free cholesterol and fatty acid molecule. And there is one more type of lipid. What is it? That is actually phospholipids. It is acted upon by phospholipid A2. You see, the dietary lipids also contain phospholipids. These phospholipids are acted upon by phospholipase A2. That phospholipid lipase A2 also is present in the pancreatic juice. Now the bile salts are present, they are ferrying, or we say they are transporting the free cholesterol and the phospholipid molecules, the products of digestion into the brush border. That is how actually digestion of lipids is taking place.